Welcome everyone, it's episode 113 today. So good to be back with you, back forward with you in this most precious, beautiful, magical, miraculous, and ever-present now. Welcome MB, welcome Roxana. Roxana, remind me where you're from, please, if you can enter and please share where you're from. MB's from my hood, Asheville, North Carolina. So good to have you here with us again. I had made an intention to start coming on around 12 noon Eastern. So I'm actually a little bit early today, but it's going to be more and more of a set time so you know when to tune in live. I know most of you watch on the replay on the archive version, but I'm going to have more of an established time so you know when to tune in and ask questions live and participate live and connect live, which I really appreciate and enjoy. The more interactive, the better. So let's start with a little bit of meditation. You don't have to think of it as a meditation or try to meditate or try to figure out how to meditate. It's a time to be present together, to be here together, to ground together. And first and foremost, to ground into yourself, the essence of who and what you are. Who are you? What are you? What is your essence? We'll get into all that with words, but right now, we're going to sink in, be present together, tune into the breath. It's the middle of the day here. The sun's popped out. It's going to be a beautiful day. And we're making the space to let everything be as it is, to let everything be exactly as it is, everything to be exactly as it is. Allowing the thoughts to be as they are, feelings to be as they are. Physical sensations to be exactly as they are. Paying attention to your breath, slow, deep breaths to the bottom of the stomach. This is a space just to relax and be with what is, to relax and be with what is, to relax and be with what's here, as it is. Be with what's inside you as it is. Nothing needs to be any different than it is. Allowing yourself to let go of everything that's come before this moment. Anything in the workplace, family, place, roadways, allowing everything to Let go to fully tune in here and now together, to fully be present to here together, and in being here and present together. There's a unified resonant field that opens together. Meaning, when we're present together, we support each other in a way that's exponentially more powerful than we ever could alone. So let's take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, breathing in love, peace, inspiration, empowerment, freedom. Exhale, releasing all that no longer serves you, is no longer necessary. Three more deep breaths together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. When you're ready, open your eyes with fresh, innocent eyes. As if you're seeing life for the first time. Take a few moments to look around the space in silence. Notice if things feel more alive, vibrant. Present, here and now. Welcome. To a deeper here and now together. Welcome Shakai Stevens. Great name. Welcome Jane. Lily. Welcome everybody. If anyone has any questions or comments, feel free to share them anytime in the text box. Also, if you want to come on, I've never done that in the public group here yet. Maybe this is the day. If you want to come on and talk to me on camera with any questions or comments you have, let me know. We may make that happen. We do that in our private group, The Secret Glow, which is tomorrow at 12 Eastern. We do that. People come on and we have some extended space to explore and reflect what's arising. Let what arises today soften the heart and go on about your day. Very nice. I agree with that sentiment. And what else is happening? There's the retreat coming up, New Year's Eve, our first ever New Year's Eve retreat. So there's a link to join us there. That's the early bird registration ends Thursday or Friday night. So if you really want to make it happen and you're committed to it, registering now will be a benefit to your bank account. Let me know if you have any questions about that. Also have personal sessions ongoing if that interests you. Books are available. There's a link for that. And there is a third book that I am actively working on now. Worked on it last night, day before. I'll work on it today as well. So that's exciting. And there's also a donation button if you just really want to support me making a space to come on here and benefit others. Then there's that button as well. And what's most important here is the presence. So we share some words, we share some thoughts, we share some ideas. What's most important is the presence from which the ideas come and fall back into. And the more you delve into presence, the more you realize that presence is everything. Presence is what's most essential. Because when we're present, that's when we can call higher intelligence, the creative energy, the universal creative intelligence, spirit source, can flow through us. And we're not present, then we're not available for source, for God, for spirit, for the creative intelligence to flow through us in the moment. So the real gift here, the real transmission, if you will, is the gift of presence. Is the invitation to sink more and more deeply into this moment together, to be more and more present together. It's not so much about the ideas or concepts or thoughts or philosophy or arguing one point over another point. You know, there's a lot of people attach and identify with the mind, and attach and identify with a group based on the attachment identification with the mind, and in opposition to some other group and their attachment identification with their concept and their belief and their mind and their thoughts. And we're inviting something that transcends that. We're inviting something deeper than that. Deeper than that. A space of connection and communion that's beyond any particular thought or belief or idea or concept. Because thoughts and ideas and beliefs and concepts are transitory. They come and they go. They arise and they fall. They're here and they're not here. When you can anchor into something deeper than the transitory rising and falling of thoughts or feelings or material form, then there's the potential for a deeper kind of communion, a deeper kind of intimacy, a deeper kind of love that's ever present. And is, in truth, the most stable thing in the universe. And transcends, but also includes all that is. Transcends, but also embraces all that is. So when we think of spirituality, I was thinking of the elements today. So I wrote down air, water, and fire. Right? When we think of spirituality, we think of it as kind of like air. You know, it's just this thing that's just, you know, it's always here, and it's all around, and it has a very kind of peaceful, serene feeling. You know, and we tend to think of that as spirit, as the spiritual realm. You know, and people that consider themselves to be spiritual are often very, you know, kind of airy, floaty. Yeah. Maybe they dance like this. They dance. There's air. Everything is just lots of air. Very spacious. And that's beautiful, and we're really lacking that in the mainstream culture, you know, in the corporate world and the political world. So some more air, some more spaciousness is airy-fairy. Exactly, airy-fairy. The more that's really valuable to bring more into that realm. And this presence permeates everything, and you start to integrate all the parts of yourself and realize that this sacredness, this divinity, this non-dual awareness, this God, this spirit, this source is in all that is, and in all the parts of yourself. So it's in the airy. It's also in the water, the flow, the undulation, the rising and falling of the tide, the ebb and the flow, the fluidity. It's a little bit different than the air. The air is kind of lacks form, and the water, it has a form, it has a flow, it has a movement, it has a rhythm, and you can attune to this aspect of yourself. And then this space that's maybe not necessarily thought of as spiritual is also important to integrate, which is the fire. Coming with a lot of intensity, with a lot of passion, deep engagement. We don't necessarily think of that as spiritual, but everything is spiritual, or everything is not spiritual, but everything is of the same essence. So as we start to embrace and integrate all these parts of ourselves, the air, the water, and then the fire, the fire is also beautiful, is also important, is also powerful, is also an innate part of ourselves to love. And also can be scary because it's so strong, because it can burn things, it can set the world on, it can set things, it can blaze things, it can destroy things, but it can also create things, it can create a beautiful, warm, hot meal. So this fire is powerful, and this fire is inside us, and this fire is burning, and this fire is something that is a part of ourselves to integrate and access and not be afraid of. Right? Now, related to that, things like sexual energy, people are afraid of. They think of it as not spiritual, but it's an innate, powerful energy that when it can flow through us and be integrated with the air, with the water, with the earth, right? Then there's this sense of being able to love all the parts of ourselves. And in that, we're able to be at rest in who we are and what's arising and falling moment by moment. We'll be able to be at rest in another and what's arising and falling in them moment by moment, and in the world around us and what's arising and falling around us moment by moment. And we're able to be informed by what's arising and falling moment by moment. Because when we're repressing something, when we're fighting something, when we're trying to get rid of a certain part of ourselves, then we don't have the innate wisdom that it has to offer us, to share with us. Thank you, Vicky. Jane says, how can we work more with the element of fire? So I think the first step always is to acknowledge something's existence and to appreciate its existence. To acknowledge something's existence and appreciate existence. So a lot of what we're doing here is we are appreciating aspects of ourselves. We are coming to embrace and love aspects of ourselves that maybe we hadn't before, maybe we thought were bad, or we thought were not spiritual, or we thought were shameful, or we thought we should feel guilty about. And we come to embrace these parts of ourselves and recognize them as part of the beautiful essence of who and what we are. And in doing that, these disparate pieces start to become part of an integrated whole. These pieces that we've been resisting and fighting and suppressing and repressing start to become part of an integrated whole. Make sense? See them as a gift. Absolutely, everything is a gift. Everything is a gift is a lesson to learn, to grow and evolve in our consciousness, and to integrate in that process. So that creates a deepening sense of peace in the moment, a deepening sense of wholeness in the moment. And that can feel like the air, that just this wide, expansive air. Because the air includes everything. The air has no form of itself, but it includes the trees, it includes the grass, it includes the clouds, right? It's the space between things. But the air includes everything. It includes fire. It includes our fire. It includes the water, it includes the earth. So there's this deepening sense of peace and being at rest in who you are in the moment, in what's here in the moment, and also to be able to access all these aspects of yourself that you otherwise weren't able to access before. So when the fire wants to be lit, you're available for it to light inside you. You're available for whatever wants to be called forth inside you. For the good of the whole and service to the whole. In service to love, essentially, as the essence of love itself. Anyone have any questions or comments? I really invite people to take a couple minutes at different times in the day and just be, without any sense of what you're trying to accomplish. So this would be almost more like, for most people, this would be almost more like daydreaming than meditating. Just really allow your mind to just wander and go wherever it wants and do whatever it wants and be whatever it wants. And just notice if you can be aware and embrace whatever's arising. Inside you, which is related to what's outside you. There's really two parts of the same thing. Thank you all so much for being here. It's a lot more fun with you here. We'll be in the private group, The Secret Glow, tomorrow, same time. And let's read what Shakai has to say. Soften the heart each day and come from a place of love. Great seeing the like-minded people. Thanks for popping in my newsfeed. Have an amazing week, everyone. Much love and light. There's no mistakes, I mean, I'm been amazed lately. Like, it's just the miraculous things that arise at the moment when you're asking a question and then someone pops up and they're talking about it, and whether it's on Facebook or in the street, and you just start to trust those synchronicities. Just trust those synchronicities, that everything is happening, even the stuff that feels challenging, that feels difficult. It's all happening for us to learn the lessons that we're called to learn, to evolve in our consciousness and awaken to the essence of who and what we truly are. See you in the next now.